testicles are frozen.
Yeah, we're going to lay that down on vinyl and see how much we can get for those. Sell them out of the trunks of our cars.
One ball, two balls.
This is Stephen James Rickman and his latest single, Genital Freezing. Colin Mochrie is still in studio with us. Kevin from Dad's Garage tonight and tomorrow night. You got two shows, dadsgarage.com. Location for people so they can find you?
569 Ezard Street, right in Old 4th Ward.
All right. Colin, are you having fun?
I always have fun with these guys. They really take good care of me. They're all sweet. They've all become great friends. So I always love coming to Atlanta.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about them. I was talking about us.
You guys seriously are the best I've met this morning.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel fantastic.
Colin, I need you to be sweet.
All right, I'm not Swedish.
Tell me. I also hear you're Jesus.
Yes, that is correct. That won't get us in trouble, will it?
No.
No, there's a mural down at the Dad's Garage space, and it's sort of done as a Last Supper, and I'm in the center.
Extremely sacrilegious to people like you, Steve. It's a joke to people like us, to people like you. You're going to go in there and you're saying, these are all heathens.
Yeah, I was raised, I'm Irish Catholic, but I will not be offended. I will look for the humor in anything, and you could be my personal Jesus, I guess. I will take on that responsibility.
I don't think we've put over a guest more than we've put over Colin ever on the, since we've been together.
I just want to know who the other apostles are. They're funny comedians or what?
Yeah, well, it's a combination of people that donated money to the theater and people that have been special
money.
guests. So there's like...
Well, that's usually how a church works, right?
Yeah, exactly. We got Scott Adsit's up there as well as Aisha Tyler and Tim Meadows, all people that have been guests at Dad's Garage over the years. But then also there's just people that donated.
Cool. I'd give you some money if I can be a part of the Last Supper.
Dude, we can paint you in. You can be number 13, baby.
I mean,
Dude,
Jesus.
I'll drop the hair for that. The hell with the bun and the ponytail. I'm going long.
Colin, let me ask you, when you're doing Whose Line Is It Anyway, right? Whether you go back to the UK version, the American version with Drew Carey, and now the latest version that you're shooting for the CW, and you've worked with these guys and you're friends with all of these guys, one would assume, but there has to be shows that don't go the way that you plan, or the way, when I say the way you plan, everybody's going to have an off night. Was there ever any point where you would maybe pull like Wayne Brady or Ryan Stiles aside or Drew Carey or anybody and just say, hey man, you can't do that. This has got to be done differently if this is going to work. Was there ever any type of that friendly heat between you guys?
No, we would just blame the audience. We found that easier. I mean, the best thing about that group was if you were having an off night, the other three would be there for you, and you just follow them. So we never and it goes by so quickly, you're not really sure what's happening. You're just in survival mode. You're going from, okay, we just did this scene, that sucked, and then we're on to this one, oh, that went well, but you don't really have a time to sort of soak in what's going on.
Because you can get away with an improv, bad is good, right?
For a short period of time.
I wouldn't say you live there, but for a moment in time, if somebody's pushing through and they're giving 100%, it's okay for a moment.
But you, like Steve's song he just did, that was bad, but it wasn't
committed.
But
as
committed.
Kevin said, truly committed.
Yeah, Kevin, at Dad's Garage, you got something you want to say?
Yeah, I have a statement I'd like to say about Steve's song from the first part of this interview. While it might have had some structural problems, I do think that the commitment more than made up for that. And I have to applaud Steve for diving in and just giving her, because that's what you got to do in improv. You just got to go for it. And if you screwed up, you can't be like, oh, hard on yourself. Oh, I suck. You just got to be like, well, I'll try it again,
Yeah.
And that's actually, I think, what makes good improv happen.
My Christmas sack is sagging. Yeah.
Well, again, like you said, Steve, you don't want to live there.
Sorry. Just trying.
I mean, just you're renting the place.
Okay.
And it's really just for a short period of time. Like you're taking a hooker in, and it's an hour, in and out.
Hourly.
Hourly rent, motel type of scenario.
Gotcha.
What I'd like to do, and Kevin, I didn't know you were going to hang out, so this is great. We got 4 people we can do this. You want to do some story time?
Yeah, absolutely. That's always fun.
Okay, because this is something that you guys did on Whose Line, right? You did story time, right? Where somebody would give a topic, right? And then, I don't know if maybe I'm making it up.
Okay.
So, and then Brandy over here, she's going to push buttons with different sound effects. We can go sentence for sentence back and forth to tell a story, keep it about 90 seconds or so, and whoever comes up with the best improv story. Is that fair? Can I team up with Colin?
Sure.
And you team up with Kevin.
And I just hit the sounds randomly.
You just hit them randomly. Okay. Is that fair? Everybody understand?
Yeah, so we'll just kind of go back and forth, a couple sentences each or whatever, just a little story point.
You could go one sentence a piece if you really want.
Great. It's a quickie?
Just
improv quickie.
Okay, you two would like to start?
Yeah, Kevin and I'll go first.
Me and Steve going to kick this off.
Sorry, Kevin, you're brilliant. You want to take me there?
Bad boys for life.
Stop it.
Brandy, would you like to give them a topic? Or do we give them a topic, Colin, and they give us a topic?
I think Brandy. I feel Brandy.
Okay, Brandy.
Okay, just any topic.
How about a location? Give us a starting point, like a location to start our story.
You're at a bakery buying muffins.
Perfect. Love it.
Okay, that's nice.
Okay, who's going to start?
I'll kick things off, Steve, and then you just pick it up.
And then you're going to throw in random sound effects.
Randomly, I'll hit a sound effect.
Okay,
and then you have to feed to the sound effect, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to tell you guys this story about what happened to me and Steve the other day. We were going out to pick up some bagels, and there was, those little toy trains.
Yeah,
that's the kind of, they were delivering the bagels, right?
Yeah, there was actually a train that came by this town. And not only was it carrying muffins, but it was carrying cattle.
And the cattle were ferocious, like almost like lions, but more like cattle, right?
Yeah.
And so that's one of them escaped. They broke through the window of the train, and we just wanted our bagels.
It reminded me of a Schlitzlock. Did I say the right word?
Nope.
Schlitz Malt Liquor Bull.
Yeah.
Nope
Liquor
again. Bull, whatever.
Why don't you go to a different
It reminded me of that blue bull that comes through and people drink beer. But God, it was so cold in there. I told them, I said, the AC, I'm freezing.
So we were just like almost icicles, and we just needed to get those bagels just to get on with our day. So we're just crawling forward, crawling towards the platter of bagels that was on that train. And like you mentioned, the cattle were still there.
They were still there. And while I was grasping for 2 blueberry muffins, which are our favorites, you were milking Rosebud, the cow, to get us a warm glass of milk with our muffins.
Yeah. That's right. And we paid.
We paid dearly.
That was funny. That was good. Colin, that was good.
Yeah, it was very good.
I can't believe I can't say Schlitz. It was a tough word for me. I haven't said it in years.
You're surprised, huh?
I'm surprised that I couldn't say Schlitz, Malt Liquor. I still can't say it.
Why do we keep trying?
Why are we continuing to try? Because the rest of us aren't surprised, Steve.
Well, now we're going to put the two of you on the spot. So now it's Colin and our very own Jason Bailey.
Okay, the topic, Brandy, for us?
You are at a library looking for a certain book.
Okay, Colin, would you like to start off, please?
Well, Jason and I had decided we were going to build a new bookshelf, so we went to the carpentry section of the library. A wandering duck led us to the carpentry section. The library had decided to hire barnyard animals to help people find the books that they needed.
Yeah, and you remember, Colin, we just thought that was so odd that they would bring these live animals into our library. I was like, you know what you guys should do? Here's an idea. Build a bowling alley, because if there's ever a subject people should learn about, it's the art of bowling balls.
Exactly. Yes. So we were surprised when they actually took us to the bowling alley that was deep within the library, where it was right beside the pool where the hippos were. They had managed to combine the zoo and library in one big area for everyone to enjoy.
We were the first to do this, and people really put us on a pedestal. They thought, wow, Colin and Bailey's library is so good. So who was at the door when I answered? Because the doorbell rang, and that's what you do when it rings, is I opened it up, and it was the president of the United States of America Library Association. His name was, Colin, what was his name again?
Jerry Dewey.
Yes, Jerry.
He also had his dog because, unfortunately, he was blinded in a Dewey Decimal System accident years before.
That's why they call him Dewey.
Yeah. So he was leading us through various things. They gave us the Medal of Librarianship.
And since birth, that's what I always wanted. There was a strong wind that was coming through as we were both accepting the Medal of Librarianship, and that's where things took a turn for the worse as we fell off stage.
Well, because the wind, of course, was from a nuclear blast. We were not expecting that, and all thoughts of making a cabinet quickly left us as our... And then the mutated chickens started to chase us from the library.
They're the ones who wanted the cabinet in the first place.
True.
That's when we left, and we just got out of the cabinetry, bowling, swimming pool, library business altogether. And now here we are in a radio studio doing what we do best, and that is, of course, messing our pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lesson for all you kids out there. Don't dream.
Don't dream. Children, don't dream.
That is so much fun. That is the art of doing that is you guys are just so fantastic at it. And
y'all make it look easy.
And to do it on TV, man, and to have that chemistry is just phenomenal. I was always surprised that, again, I said the art of improvisation, improv, it wasn't like a bigger deal. Like Whose Line Is It Anyway? And you guys, because there's only a select. It's like the Apatow crowd in Hollywood, those certain type of humor, certain type of comedy. You guys are a crew, and I'm surprised that there aren't more people doing what you guys do. Does that surprise you?
Well, there are, maybe not on television, because television is sort of a hard medium for improv. A lot of improv purists weren't fans of Whose Line because the improv tends to be short and jokey and really sticky because that's what television dictates. But there are thousands of talented improvisers, as talented as, say, Ryan and Wayne. Not me exactly, but they're pretty good. And all around the world. And they're all following their dream and doing improv. The great thing about improv is you can pretty much do it anywhere. Just find a space, you can do it. And, the great thing about Whose Line was it sort of got improv into the public vocabulary.
Mainstream.
So they knew what it was. And I always say, always use Whose Line as sort of a introductory to improv. It's not the end all and be all, but it will take you to like long form, different types of improv. So,
Kevin, you came in and you talked to our salespeople.
That's right. Yeah, we did a workshop with your guys about using improv techniques for just like business application, like how to be better at talking or in a meeting or creative or whatever.
You could, really, Colin, you're spot on. Even if in a relationship, if you're having issues with your relationship, it sounds silly for maybe some people listening, but if you learn to continue what are guys always accused of? Not paying attention,
or saying no or walking out of the room. Whereas if it keeps you in the conversation, and believe it or not, you can work things out through that because that's the skill set. And you're right, all these people, they may not be on television like you, Colin, or well known, but I ran across a lot of people at Dad's Garage, and you have people in there. What are they aspiring to be? Your average person at improv. What do you think? Are there some trying to get into the acting field here in Atlanta?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's all types, right? Like there's going to be people that are using it as a launching pad to get their comedy career off the ground. There's going to be people that are using it as a launching pad to get their acting career off the ground. Or same with like a writing, career. But then there's other folks that are like, some of our guys are like creative directors at ad agencies, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've got their career. They're not looking to have improv as a career, but they want a creative outlet that's fun, something else to be doing with their lives. And so it's cool. There's kind of a mix of all different kinds of people that are trying to do different things with it.
And Colin, what did you want to be when you were growing up? This obviously wasn't it.
A marine biologist.
Yeah.
I was...
when did you find out that wasn't going to work for Colin Mochrie?
I can't believe you're laughing, Steve. This is true. I open up to you guys, and this is what I get.
You wanted to be a marine biologist?
What's so funny about that? That is a noble profession.
Hey, Colin, he laughed at me yesterday for liking REO Speedwagon and Sticks. He's in
Sticks and REO Speedwagon. Go to the show, but don't talk about it.
Marine biology. You can dream, but don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'm sorry.
I was going to be a marine biologist.
Okay.
I was a very quiet, shy kid. I was very heavily into the sciences. Then a friend dared me to try out for the school play. I got my first laugh, and that was it. It was like, oh no, this is what I want.
So you put down your tanks.
Yes.
All those poor dolphins and whales are suffering.
Steve,
now.
I'm very disappointed in you at this point.
The hell with tuna.
The hell with the ocean. I'm going to go on TV.
I think it all worked out for everybody.
Okay, that's great. That's
including
great.
the world of marine biology.
Oh, absolutely. Every fish is so happy right
Steve,
now.
why don't you ask him what you really want to ask him? You ever think about getting back into marine biology?
Yeah, you ever think about it?
Sometimes I think I can maybe do a documentary.
Okay. Do you snorkel on vacations, Colin, to kind of, get a little taste?
Why does everything sound dirty when you ask me something?
I'm a very sexual talker. It just comes naturally. I don't know why. I apologize. You're a beautiful man, though. You do. Does he not? Look at Colin.
It doesn't have to be straight. It can be both. He doesn't discriminate with his sexual talk.
I appreciate that.
Dude, and I think you're absolutely hilarious. I really do. This has been awesome.
But yet you just mocked him.
I mocked what he wanted to do. I mean, I just did not think that was going to come out of his mouth.
What did you expect?
I look at you,
a butler.
You know what you do?
A butler.
You look like you'd have been a great saloon owner. Like you'd be a good bartender.
Yeah, from the Wild West.
All right.
You look great in chaps, Colin.
No.
Wow, well, this has taken a turn for the worst.
Yeah, they were like, hey, you got to be nice with us, Colin. You got to be sweet. Don't be mean to us, Colin.
You're an 1800s butler.
You grew up wanting to be Mr. Belvedere. It's just some people.
He crushed his testicles.
Mr. Belvedere.
Remember that? He sat down too hard. And,
you're talking about Mr. Belvedere?
Yeah.
This is a real story.
This is a real story, and actually crushed his testicles and had to be taken to
on the show.
Oh, my God.
It was during a table read, which is always the most dangerous.
So he sat down and literally had to call 911.
Yeah.
How do you know this?
It's just one of those
Were you at the
stories.
table?
In showbiz, we know a lot of stuff we can't really talk about.
I never expected to hear you tell me that Mr. Belvedere crushed his testicles during a table read of Mr. Belvedere, the TV show.
Go.
You got
Didn't see that one coming.
No.
Anything
he
else?
also wanted to be a marine biologist. And that just destroyed his dreams.
Little known fact, 75% of Hollywood grew up wanting to be a marine biologist.
Exactly.
I'm really fascinated by the Mr. Belvedere's testicle thing, Steve.
Yeah, check it.
I never heard that.
Check it.
Google.
Google
it,
Yeah.
Nate.
Well, did he get it fixed?
Well, I would think so.
I mean, the doctors probably did something.
I'm just wondering what you do when you have a crushed testicle.
Just like when you crack a glass, you throw it away, Steve, and just grab two
I'm
more.
just wondering, how do you fix that? Do you
Well,
give him a new one?
Isn't it always like that though? Like you're just in the shower, like shampooing your head, and you're like, "Oh, I broke my neck." Like it's just like you just hurt yourself in the dumbest ways sometimes.
Flex Seal, Steve. That's what they use.
Yeah.
Right now I've got a testicle larger than the other one, and it's something.
That's a true story,
It's
by
a
the
true
way.
story, yeah. And they say it's just formed. It's liquid. They looked at it, but it's like one is like the size of a tennis ball, and the other one's normal.
He showed us the other day.
Tennis ball.
Not tennis ball, almost tennis ball. It's like larger than golf ball, in between tennis ball.
Around racquetball.
And it's only occurred in the last 2 years. So my new wife's like, "What the hell?"
And she's pregnant.
Yeah, I got her pregnant. So I'm dealing with it, but they think it's old semen.
Oh, like sailors?
That's what I said.
Yeah. What happened is Steve was actually practicing marine biology, and some of these old seamen came up to the pier and they fondled it too hard. And
Yeah.
now
So
he's got one testicle larger than the other.
So when you mentioned crust testicle, I'm dealing with an issue. I just wanted to know what they do. So
Sorry, I didn't realize it was
It hit
something
close to-
you hit a testicle.
close to
You
home.
hit a nerve.
Colin, do you want to see it?
Yeah, what the hell?
No, he'll really take it out.
No, he really will take it out.
No.
Please don't do that. I mean, if you
Okay,
want to.
First of all, I didn't realize the size of a tennis ball was bad. I gotta call someone. But if they're both the same, that's fine, right?
But when you have a tennis, you don't use a tennis ball with a golf ball.
Yeah.
He's got a tennis ball and a golf ball.
Colin's got the two tennis balls.
Yeah.
If you got the
That's
two
good.
tennis balls, then you can play a set.
Kevin, what are you playing with over there at Dad's Garage?
Pair of peanuts.
That's the new name of your album, right?
That's right.
Pair of Peanuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Do you don't, Steve, please not.
No, I won't,
You're going
I
to
won't.
embarrass me. This is my big thing with Colin.
I know. I like Colin
I don't need
too
you
much.
to do that to me. So.
Well, I look forward to seeing your new season with Aisha.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's fun.
How do we know Aisha?
She's one of the voices on Archer. With,
Oh, that's okay. Well, I
Amber.
don't want no offense to your wife because I know your wife does art. I don't watch Archer.
She also does The Talk.
Yeah.
The Talk. One of those four with Sharon Osbourne and
That's it. Yes.
others.
You know the show where they all sit around and talk about people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like all the
and
women.
Sharon
and
Osbourne actually pretty. She's on that.
Is that
Exactly right.
is that the Talk or is that the View?
No,
It's The Talk.
No, it's
Yeah.
the Talk. The
That's
View
The Talk.
is
Yeah.
the View is pretty unwatchable for me, but the Talk I can buy into a little bit.
The View is with Whoopi.
Yes.
Then there's a third one where they're all African American women, and they just do like
That's the real.
that's the word or something.
The
That's
real.
called the real. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
called the Bash.
Yeah, they're all black women, and it's like a.
There's
you
a
watch-
lot of these. There's a lot of these shows, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you watch Criminal Minds?
I
She was
did.
on Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds.
Yes.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Just gotta look at her picture. You'd know if you
She
saw her.
works all the time. She is one of the hardest working people. She cannot relax.
I know exactly who it is
I didn't
now.
know she did improv though. That's fantastic.
Yeah, she was on Friends for a while too.
Yeah, she was Ross's girlfriend. on
Ross's
Friends.
girlfriend.
Yes.
Yes. Now I know who she. Man, she's hot too.
Yes, very good looking.
We had her in the studio years ago. I know exactly who you're
Yeah, no,
talking
she's
about.
lovely.
Wow.
And the concept of a celebrity freebie, with your partner, you say, okay, like if I get a chance to sleep with this person, like all bets are off, right?
That's yours.
I always tell Amber my celebrity freebie is Aisha. She's like, it's not fair if we know the person.
Yeah, you know her,
That
dude.
defeats the whole point of
You need
this
to pick.
game.
Yeah, you need to pick like Jennifer Aniston or somebody. You can't go with that.
Yeah, if you've met them and have a relationship with them, it kind of discounts the whole
And
point.
I told Aisha when I first met her, you're my celebrity freebie, by the way. She's like, great.
People love that.
Let's get drunk.
Yeah, I know exactly who this is. I know her from Criminal Minds, more or less. She'd wear those tight business pants. Yeah.
I think everyone on television, every professional woman scientist wears tight clothes.
Tight business pants.
Shirts.
Yeah. It's like a hot, sexy, but yet I'm here to be smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? I can party underneath. It's not one of those types of things. All right. Look, Colin, again, I can't say this enough. And Kevin, thank you so much for bringing Colin in.
Oh, yeah.
Just such a huge fan. I have been for years. Never had the opportunity to meet you or interview you, but thank you so much for coming in. You have no idea how much I appreciate what you do.
Thank you so much. And can I just mention we have a couple of shows tonight and tomorrow. A new block of tickets are going out at 11:15.
Yeah, that's
online.
right. Yeah, all the other tickets are sold out, but we've got more tickets being released at 11:15 a.m. on dadsgarage.com.
And I guess the show again tonight and tomorrow, 2 shows, 8 and 10, very interactive, right? With the audience,
Absolutely.
you show up and you actually get to. I mean, like I kind of lived out a dream this morning here on the radio, but you can go, and if you're a fan of Colin Mochrie, you can live out. I noticed some they're like, "Oh, this is ridiculous, a dream." Come on, Bailey, but it's really. I mean, when you get to, it's like if you like baseball and you never made it to a certain level of baseball, but yet
you can play catch with Catfish Hunter.
Yeah, with
you want to do that.
Catfish with PH Hunter. Yes.
Catfish Hunter. Is that?
Wasn't that great?
It wasn't even from this century.
I know. Wasn't that cool? I loved his mustache.
Or if you're a big Rolly Fingers fan.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd pull out a name.
Ty Cobb was another wonderful.
Would you have loved to play catch with Ty Cobb?
Do batting practice with Babe Ruth. Yeah. Some current examples, Stephen. Thank you.
Sorry, I apologize.
Tickets available at dadsgarage.com. ColinMochrie.com is the website, at Colin Mochrie on the Twitter. Thank you, Kevin, for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
all right,
guys.
Headlines, your next round. What do you got there, Brandy?
Tickets to a very exciting show, July 23rd, Verizon Amphitheater. Aria Speedwagon and Styx.
Heard it from a friend who heard it from another you've been messing around. Oh, my God.
Come on! Yeah!
God,
This is one of your boys. This is one of your Canadians.
Aria Speedwagon?
Wasn't the lead singer from Canada?
Kevin Cronin?
Kevin Cronin? Sounds Canadian.
Are you just trying to make stuff up
No,
tonight?
I think he is from Canada.
Is that real?
I think he is.
And Little Richard.
Little Richard. He's awesome.
Kevin Cronin was born in Illinois.
There you go, Steve. You're so close.
You heard it from a friend who was wrong.
It's close. It's close.
All right, so we got 2 big stories from today. Match up the audio with the correct headlines. Also sticks with these guys, 404-741-7625. We'll do headlines round number 3 here next. Bailey and Southside Rock, 100.5.